Okay guys, so for our project today for making our sunflower coasters, we're going to need a brown or tan, even a black if you'd like, cotton yarn, preferably cotton just because it absorbs the liquids that's going to come off of your drink glasses easier, but you can use acrylic or whatever you have on hand, but cotton will absorb the best. And then another color for the leaves, I chose, this is also cotton, both are Hobby Lobby brand, and this is in a lavender color. Your darning needle, a pair of scissors, a stitch marker if you have troubles keeping your rows correct in circles, and then a crochet hook, and today we are going to use a 5.5 millimeter. So gather your supplies and we'll get started on the sunflower coasters. Okay, so we're going to start off our sunflower coaster with a slip knot and place that on our hook. And then we're going to chain 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go into the first chain that we made and make a slip stitch. So hook in, pull that yarn, and go straight through that chain. Okay, so after we chain 1, we want to put a double crochet into that ring. So it's yarn over and pull out the yarn over and go through the first 2. Yarn over and go through the next 2. So that's 1, and we want a total of 12 double crochets in here. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull out that yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the next 2. That's 2, yarn over, go into the ring, pull out your yarn over and go through the first 2, yarn over and go through the next 2. So go ahead and continue doing that. We want a total of 12 of those in our ring. Okay, so I finished up my 12 double crochet, and remember the first chain that we did does not count. So then once we're done with that, we look for the first double crochet we did and insert your hook to the top of that, so that one right there, and do a slip stitch. So that is our first row. Now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to work right back into this spot here that we just put the first crochet into. And you're going to do a double crochet into that spot. And then you're going to place another double crochet into that same spot. You're going to skip over to the next one. Right next to him, you're going to put 2 double crochets. And into the next one, you're going to put 2 double crochets, and you're just going to keep doing this for every stitch all the way around. And once you are done with this round, you should have a total of 24 double crochets in this round now. So finish those up and then meet me back here, and I will show you how to close out this round. Okay, so I got a total of my 24 double crochet, and we're going to slip stitch it straight into this first double crochet top that we did again. Okay, so now we're going to chain 1 and start our third row. Okay, so to start out this round, we are going to put 1 double crochet right where we just put our chain 1. And then in the next stitch, we are going to put 2 double crochet. So 1 and 2 right into that same spot. And then into the next stitch, we are going to put 1 double crochet. And the next stitch, we are going to put 2 double crochet. 1 and 2 in the same spot. And just keep doing this around. The next one is 1 double crochet, and then the next stitch is 2 double crochet all the way around. Okay, so I just finished my row, and you should have 36 total now, and you should always be ending on the 2 double crochet. Okay, so if you ended with 1 crochet, go back and redo it. You counted wrong. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch into that first top double crochet and just pull that through, and then we are going to chain 1. We are done with this color. Cut off that yarn and just pull on through and tighten that little knot down. Okay, so this is what we should have so far. Nice little circle. And let's get our next color going for our petals. Okay, so I got my next color and the inside of my sunflower, and I like to start at this first stitch right after we made our knot, right after where we left off on our last row. Okay, so put that on your hook and pull it on through, and then I make a chain 1 with both of those yarns. Okay, after I make my chain 1, I then drop down my tail and just hold that, and then I go into that same stitch and I make a single crochet. Okay, then after your single crochet, you chain 2, after you have your chain 2, we are going to skip the next stitch and work into the following stitch, and we're going to put a single crochet into that one. Okay, then you chain 2, 1 and 2, skip the next stitch and make a single crochet into the following stitch, and then chain 2, skip that next stitch and go into the following one and do a single crochet, and this is going to be the pattern all the way around. Okay, so don't forget to do your chain 2s, skip 1, and into the next one, a single crochet. Go all the way around our sunflower and follow me back here. Okay, so I got all the way around our sunflower, and then we are going to chain 2 for this last part, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of that first chain. So slip stitch that together. Let me pull out my yarn, and this is what we should have now. So we should have 18 of these going around now, 18 of these beginning of our petals. Okay, so let me get my working yarn back on my hook here. Now, to finish off our petals, this is going to be a repeat all the way around as well. So I'll show you the first couple of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right into this first petal inside here, this chain space, and all we're going to do is make a slip stitch. Okay. After we do our slip stitch, we are going to chain 1. We want to make a half double. So yarn over, go into that space, pull up that yarn. You should have 3 on your hook, yarn over, and go through all 3 of those loops. Okay, so that's a half double. Then next we want to do 1 double crochet. And then we want to make 3 triple crochet. So that's yarn over, put your hook through, yarn over and go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the next 2, yarn over and go through those last 2. So we want 3 of those. That was 1, 2, and 3. Now you can move these over because it is going to get a little tight for each petal. Then after you have your 3 triple, we want to do 1 double crochet into the same spot. And then to finish it off, we want to do 1 half double crochet again. Okay. So that is the completion of our first petal here. So now we want to go into this next opening of our petal and do the exact same thing. So we want to slip stitch into that first to connect it, chain 1. And then we do a half double crochet, and then we do a double crochet, and then we do 3 triple crochet, so that's 1, 2, and 3, and then we want to make 1 double crochet, and then the last part is 1 half double crochet. Okay, and so our second petal. I'll do one more with you. So to connect and get into our next petal, we put our hook through and make a slip stitch, and then we chain 1. Then we make 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 triple crochet, and then after we have our 3 triple crochet, we make 1 double crochet, and then lastly we make 1 half double crochet. Okay, so let me pull out my yarn, and this is what we have so far. Okay, so our inside of our sunflower is all done, and now we are just finishing the last of our petals. So do that same pattern all the way around. You're going to slip stitch into the next opening, chain 1, and then you do 1 half double crochet, 1 double crochet, 3 triple crochets, 1 double crochet, and you end it with 1 half double crochet. And just repeat that all the way around, okay? Okay, so I have reached the end, my last petal. So all we're going to do is slip stitch now into that first chain space, right in there. And then all you're going to do is chain 1 so that we can cut our yarn off. And then pull that on through and tighten it down. And now we just got to tie in our ends with our darning needle. So I just weave in one direction in between those stitches. And then I take it back, going in the opposite direction. Just making sure I get through 4 or 5 of those stitches will be enough. And so with this project, it's kind of nice because you can just make a singular one like this, or this is a good project also to make. If you do craft fairs, you can make bundles of, probably like 4. 4 is usually a good number. Tie them all together. You can make a nice braided or chain stitching long piece and tie those all together like a bundle of 4. You can give them away. All sorts of different things you can do with them. You can make the insides of your sunflowers different colors, like I said in the beginning of the video. You can make like even a black center for your sunflowers, a tan color. And then of course the petals, you can make different colors as well. If you do a 4-pack bundle, you can make them all the same color, or you can make like a variety pack, 4 different colors, like this lavender is nice. Of course the traditional yellow or golden color, pink, green, that sort of thing. But I find it to be a fairly easy project, and they are cute and of course useful, and I love the useful items. Okay, so I think that is about it with my weaving in the ends here. So let me just cut off this last one. And there we go. And like I said, the cotton yarn is the best, just because it's going to absorb the liquid, that condensation off your drink the best. But if you have acrylic or whatever yarn, that works also. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.